Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast. Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, you know. What's good? This is episode 2 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your names for these people.
Captain Boom Shakalaka Ellis.
We're going to call you Fresh Mike. It's your boy Mo Lethal the Grouch.
Oh, Fresh Mike? Not the cut.
Hey, they call me Hunter.
That's it? They just call you Hunter?
Exactly.
I call
Can't
him
mess that up.
I call him Stefani.
You know?
Stephanie. I don't want to say what I want to say because there's a dude I work with and I'm not going to say much. It was great. It was,
So you have a new mic?
yes, it's some new cognac and it's delicious and I'm excited about it. I feel really good. I don't know
For
why.
the loyal listeners, we apologize for the last 61
I don't
episodes.
apologize for shit. He apologized.
I was in the pen. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm bored. What's up? I was locked up.
We'll apologize for the quality of Kevin Wendell's mic for the
took
last
62 episodes, but the niggas finally not calling in from prison.
I was out here Akoning.
Trying to save Africa?
So your weeks was good that we can see with the mic. What about you, Mo and Hunter?
I work 6 days.
Word.
Lucrative.
That's all I got.
So you work today?
Yes, sir. I did. I worked today. I left early and I went all the way to Rancho and came back. And
Didn't get some protein donuts, huh?
No, I did not. And that ride back took a lot out of me. I was tired.
What? Are protein donuts like bacon donuts?
No,
Motherfucker don't do swine.
No, they just got protein in. Okay, nigga, like protein powder.
I'm sorry. I was just figuring the bacon was the protein. But
He don't do swine.
Pork ain't the only protein, Negro.
The swine is divine. Leave it alone.
No, the only thing divine is Stacy.
Hunter, how was your week?
I made it through it, bruh. I didn't give it up. I didn't say quits, and I made it through the whole week.
This nigga was on edge all week. Though he's lying to you. This nigga was one bad move away from cussing out everybody. This little fucking firecracker.
I was still one away.
So basically, everyone else made it through.
He damn near wanted to cuss Tom out on Wednesday. I thought it was.
I should delve in deeper because I want to know what that was about.
What the Tombach
That
shit?
part is I don't even know what it's about.
It was Tombach being Tombach. You know, he knows.
Oh, got heated.
Pushing buttons.
Yeah, it was that. Because
he likes to do that on occasion.
he been on Tucker hard.
Yeah, he has.
Like you're on vacation. He feel that what she said. He was doubling down. Mark was like, God damn, I can't ease up. I said, hey, he asked Mark. Mark fell for this shit. He said, hey Mark, if you was in a room with 1,000 penises, how many you would choke on? And Mark said none. And I didn't love that.
Damn. Wow. He's a pro, huh?
I didn't let that shit go all week. I said you probably can't understand what's going on because you got another dick in your mouth because you in that room
Damn.
again.
Oh.
I said,
Couldn't pause that one, huh?
No.
Pause, huh?
No. Because when he asked the question, I said, "Oh, you in there by yourself? I ain't saying shit to this. I know where this is going." and then he hit him with so you got no gag reflex. I said, damn.
I can't even laugh.
He was brutal this week, man.
Yeah, he was. I don't remember what happened with me and him, but I remember the whole Mark thing today. That was nuts.
Oh, you two motherfuckers was arguing about Trump.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you told him he's going to jail?
These motherfuckers don't believe that.
No,
That was the only one that caught it.
Caught what?
Okay, never mind.
I didn't catch it. About Trump going to jail?
No, he said it was nuts. I said literally, huh?
Oh.
Yep. Mhm. Literally.
It was a crazy week.
Yes, it
A lot of
was.
weird- a lot of
Actually,
weird
Getting
shit
home
happened.
today was a freaking adventure. I had
A
to
lot of
venture
weird
into
stuff
Paris and get out of that bitch.
A lot of weird stuff
Yeah.
happened at work this week
As
too.
soon as I walked back in the Walmart, some black lady was going ham on an employee, and I swear she was about to just knock him out. I said, "Damn, Paris, man, I need to get the fuck out of here."
Paris.
I don't. It
Right?
must have been something with the week because my wife cussed out Target yesterday.
the whole store,
Target, Target.
Hey.
like the whole store. She was just in
Hey,
there.
she
"Fuck
was
you."
mad. She was mad to the point where
Target?
she wrote the manager and the district manager an email.
Oh
She was mad.
yes, I
She was
love it.
hot.
She
Oh,
did it.
like
She took it the
a white
Caucasian
lady?
route.
Yeah, she
Hell
was
yeah,
hot.
that's the way to do it. They don't
She
listen
was
to our
hot.
words, but if you send a letter, it's a wrap.
Hey, what did they say in the movie White Chicks?
Yeah,
She was-
so
Into
she
the
like a
corporate.
white lady.
She was mad. I said, damn. I said,
Did
babe,
she-
just take the
Did
L.
she change the
said, no,
name
I ain't taking
just
no
for the
L.
letter?
Nah, man. Shit.
No, that confused them. They went, "What? She wrote us a letter? Oh my
And
god,
they apologized to
came
her.
far."
They apologized to her. I mean, when you get your free
Hell yeah,
out,
they did.
you know. They said, okay, you
Well,
gonna
They got all the way to the
We'll get
president.
into that later about exactly what happened with Target.
same shit.
So, so you got your weeks were interesting.
Yeah, how was your
Tom
week?
Bach, shout out to you for I didn't know you were that funny. Respect. My week was okay. Didn't do shit and just started writing midway through. Wrote until
Wait.
I blacked out.
You blacked out with a pen in your hand?
I need to do that.
Yes.
I need to do that. Release.
Speaking of which, there's a show next week.
Wait, hold on.
September 30th.
So if you blacked out with a pen in your hand, were you ghostwriting for yourself?
Yes. Maybe Tajor did it. I don't know. Maybe these are all Tajor's bars, and I think it's me. This whole time I've been lying to you guys. It's just been Tajor the whole time.
Either way,
you-
it's nice.
From time to time, you say you're not a rapper, so maybe you wasn't lying.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe literally I'm
No, I'm not calling you a rapper. You're an artist. Fuck all that. These rappers is tripping. What
These
we
new
call
rappers
rappers
is
now.
trash.
the Avatar rapper.
These new niggas is trash.
Oh nigga, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
But
got rid of
the
him.
Avatar rapper, now that's where we're at now. There's actually Avatar rappers, and they touched on that shit on,
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta.
Hey, I read today that every song off of Cardi B's live album went platinum. And I said,
Well,
this
she's
tells you
doing.
everything.
Well, how many was on the album?
It's like 14, but it don't matter. Every song every song go platinum.
Shake
Every
your
song.
ass. Shake your ass and grab your titties.
Guess so.
She
I
got
mean,
paid,
you
paid,
take
paid.
14 songs, and by each song is 2 minutes.
That's what I'm gonna do. Anything I got grievances with, I'm gonna write Cardi and be like, I need you to cuss them out.
Blur.
She doesn't hit you with that bird noise.
Is that how it goes? That's Birdman, huh?
I don't even want to attempt to do that shit.
Now let's get into it.
All right. So I guess we'll start lighthearted. Maurice felt it was necessary. He talked about it right before the podcast started, so we're gonna go ahead and go into that first. Maurice sent a TikTok about a man of the Caucasian
We're doing
descent.
Inflation.
Had a statement on some sort of podcast or whatever show he was on, saying that he never bathed his child in the beginning of his child's childhood, and then even now only bathes either when they're asked by the child or if they're just really dirty. I'm gonna let Maurice Gill go ahead and get into the rest of this.
No, it was just a bunch of people from the Caucasus Mountains sitting here backing each other up.
We're not doing that, sir. It's just one man.
And saying that he didn't bathe his child, and unless she asked to be bathed because it's fun. I mean, come on now, this sounds about white.
We're not doing that, sir.
We
CPS.
But you know what?
We're racial here at the Heavyweight
Come on now.
Podcast.
He
I would
literally
say it's,
incriminated himself.
There are white investors.
I would say it's more of a what's the one I
White.
want to say, a culture thing with them.
White.
No, I'm just saying culture.
Okay, white.
You know,
I don't know if I want to say that. I know some white people that take like 4 showers.
right? But you got to remember, there was, I mean, during the like you say the 1800s,
No,
a whole
the
different kind of culture in
1800s.
America. No,
Nigga.
Well,
this is
see,
where
now
this
you
is
sound like
coming
old
from.
boy.
This
He
is-
tried to justify it by saying, when we were cavemen, we weren't bathing every day. And I said, come on now.
Yeah.
right.
If we did that, though, we
Come
still
on
be
now.
in front of a horse fucking picking
But like I'm
cotton. Nigga,
saying,
what you talking about?
even culture
Hell
Hey,
no.
could you imagine getting some ass like in the 1800s? You know what's that? Them motherfuckers probably stink.
Man, fuck it.
Everybody probably
Everybody
stinks, so they're
stank.
used to the smell.
Everybody stank. Yep.
You're right. You're right.
Whole lot of UTIs.
Not the Moors, because the Moors took baths. Negroes take
All
baths.
the
like,
UTIs.
but what I was trying to say with a culture, their culture kind of didn't tend to do that. While they made our culture bad for not. You know, we were always discriminating on some way or another. So we tend to grow up and be a little leaner.
These are the same people who drained a whole pool because a black woman put her pinky in it.
Facts.
The same people who justice says that if their kids go swimming, it constitutes as a bath.
I'm with you.
No.
I'm not going down this
There are
road.
white investors. I just want you to know that
This is
we have to
wild.
get invested into someday.
No.
And I'm just letting you know right now.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm
It's
done.
gonna
I
be
ain't saying
kind of
anything else.
hard to sell people on some shit if we sound like we're being like, come on, nigga. I'm thinking about the future. Come on.
Hey, I'm not saying all white people. I got a lot of white friends.
It's
I'm
kind of
just saying
sound like
this-
you are saying all. That's what I'm saying.
Say it like this.
this-
I'm not intentionally generalizing everybody.
But you did.
Yeah.
Next topic. I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm a trumpet. I'll plead the
He
fifth.
100% incriminated himself. That's what I'll say on that one. CPS was listening.
Oh man.
Dirty
My
ass.
kid get a bath every day.
I
That's
won't
all I'm
talk-
saying.
I'm gonna.
You talking
I
about
might
kids.
just pass this off to Kevin as I'm trying to pronounce the name and let him finish it off.
Wait, which
But
one?
to this week,
What?
the Boston Celtics
Oh,
I can't say that.
decided to is it their
Suspend.
coach?
Yes, he's
yeah,
the
their
head
coach.
coach.
Their head coach.
Head
Their
coach,
head coach.
right?
Yeah.
Nigga, his
Yes.
name.
I can't pronounce it either. It's like I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this before you get to it. That's probably why he's suspended, because that's his name in Boston.
Yes, Boston is I will say, Boston is rather they're
Is
not.
it
They don't seem kindly to us.
Udoka?
It's Ime Udoka had an improper and intimate consensual relationship with a female member of team staff. Sources tell The Athletic it's been deemed a violation of franchise code of conduct. I'm sorry. The
he's
Celtics
suspended for a
only got
year.
one female member of the team staff, that Allison
One.
Feaster, VP of Player and Organizational Development. Now,
And
I remember
he's engaged to
Nia Long.
Nia
Any
Long.
girl I cheated on, I needed a Nia Long. I guess he was wrong.
Debbie from Friday.
I'm going to say he got some hell of a game to get the only woman.
She's
He
not
the
Hey,
head
bad.
coach.
she not bad looking though.
She ain't
wasn't
bad looking.
She wasn't
But
bad
I mean,
looking at
he won
all.
a competition around him though.
She's
Look
not
here, man.
looking at all. I get it.
My man. My man was.
And it was consensual. Like,
But I'm gonna
I
say
get it.
this. I think
you're in a facility. You're in a facility, 18 hours a day with these players, and they're probably in the and you're going to interact, and that's how that happened. That's how that happened.
All
he's
I'll
out on
say
money
is-
because of that boom.
I saw someone's reaction to it was like they did this to him for having improper relationship or consensual sex with him. Meanwhile, the Packers are trying to hide everything that Brett Favre's been involved in
Yeah.
and keep it quiet. But
So they're trying to deflect.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
That
I feel like the NFL's different. NFL's
That
different.
has something to do with the Packers. That's everything to do with Mississippi. The Packers had nothing to do with that Brett Favre situation. Just because
I'm just saying that's how they try to paint it.
Now, my question is, the lady he cheated with, what's her nationality?
She black.
She's
She
black.
mixed with something.
Okay, so damn.
So what?
I really don't know
Does
what
it
to
matter
say
what
about
color
that.
she is?
I think he was in the
it's
locker room
Mississippi.
fucking, and he
No,
didn't get a hotel.
That's in Boston.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You did say Boston.
That's in
He
Boston.
didn't even get a hotel.
Hey, what?
He
They at
just
the team
fucking in the
facility.
equipment room.
Have you been to Boston?
That's what happened.
No, everything I heard
You
about
fucking
Boston,
in the equipment
They're
room.
not that friendly to the,
black people.
certain people either.
I'll say it. They don't like
But
Negroes. If you hear,
it-
go back and hear some of the things they said to Magic Johnson, some of the things they said to LeBron,
yeah,
some things. Listen to some of the Kobe interviews. What Boston fans have said to them. Boston, they different.
Yeah, they different.
They different.
yeah, it's harsh. It's harsh,
but to be suspended for a year for a consensual relationship,
that's their code of conduct. That's their cock.
I wonder how that code of conduct actually read though.
He didn't read it. He didn't read the cock.
Oh,
Pause.
But
Whoa.
the crazy thing is the support, the immediate support for Nia Long on Twitter and the socials. I said she
I
ain't
was
hurting.
going to say something before you said that.
She's not hurting. It don't take Nia Long to find somebody. And shit, they might have an open arrangement. You don't know what they got. Get out their business.
We gonna find out.
It might be an open arrangement. Get out their business, man. That's all
She gonna be on the Red Table Talk, Nick Cannon's couch.
Hey, somebody said, "Oh, it's cool when Jada do it," but it's a problem. He had an entanglement.
I didn't even hear about that.
Don't nothing die on the internet. That's just there forever. Entanglement.
Yeah, it sucks, but I think
do you think it deserves a year suspension?
No,
I don't think it deserves that. But if that's what it reads, that's what it reads. That's the shitty part.
Now, if he's getting paid for a year off, this is some. Now, if he's getting paid,
and like I said, I think they were not close to discreet about it. They probably was fucking in the equipment room, and then somebody was like,
"Oh, they knew." I'm
pretty
sure.
I have to tell on you. I have no choice. I want to be head coach.
They knew she was the only woman.
Hey, the film is playing with somebody in the back stirring macaroni.
What if, hear me out, it was another person on the team that wanted that and was mad? So yeah.
Oh, he was dirty macking.
That too.
He was dirty macking on the right. If I was in a situation where I could dirty mac on Big Sean, I would too.
Right. That's whack.
But like I said,
he probably did that for playing time.
The only woman and salty men, yeah, it's a bad combo.
As far as this guy on the bench,
he was shooting.
If he gone, maybe I'll play.
He was like, if I can't get on the court, I'm gonna get on that court.
Hey, cause girl's attractive, man. Like, I said, I get it.
I showed somebody that at work, and they were like, "Hey, she's got a nice body."
I would say him and Nia, that was new, and then him and old girl had proximity.
Hey, first, this sounds fucked up. Salute to my man, because he's got the sauce.
He's saucy.
He's got the sauce. That's 100% for sure.
So we all can conclude that was severe punishment.
It ain't none of my business.
It's severe, yeah, but there's probably something else behind it.
I think there was something else behind it. Like you said, some salty guy.
Macaroni.
No.
He was shooting his shot, realized who she was hooking up with, and was like, guess I gotta leak this shit.
Hey, it was probably the nigga from Summer League that didn't make the team. He said, no, I'm on this shit.
I could see Paul Pierce doing some shit like that.
Fuck Paul Pierce.
Damn. I could though.
Yeah, hating ass nigga.
You know he fucking her, right? You're like, oh, what?
This nigga had the nerve to say that he would score 50 points a night in today's league. Shut your ass up, Paul. You couldn't even run up the floor when you played, nigga. You was barely getting down the court.
You think he was talking about the guy that couldn't get up and ended up in a wheelchair, and then
come on, man,
and was overly dramatic, and then came back to the court and scored, and they tried to make it seem like he did something amazing, and he didn't. Yeah. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Fuck Paul Pierce. Anyway, next topic. This one's from Mo Lethal here. The question is, gentlemen, it was from Reddit actually. He said, gentlemen, how do you feel when women shoot their shots with you? How does it make you guys feel if a woman shoots a shot with you? Do you feel confident? You feel good?
I like it for the fact that it shows confidence on their part.
That's what I like.
It ain't got shit to do with them. It's about how you feel.
That's where
Well,
you at.
no, but I mean that's what I like about it. It makes that confidence.
We didn't
a lot
ask you.
more.
We didn't ask you what you like about it. We asked
It
you how
makes
you
me
feel.
feel good that it actually shows
Okay.
that confidence.
All right.
You know,
So you
that's
light
what I'm
up.
trying to say.
You light up. All right.
Right.
You going to
I
be a
feel
kept
cute.
woman.
Your life.
You going to be a kept woman.
I feel.
Oh,
What happened?
What?
That's what it is.
he said
I feel cute.
Yeah. he called you a cat woman, Hunter. I don't know how you gonna just take that shit.
I said he wanted me.
I jab back, man. Jab back.
What for being what, a kept woman?
I ain't gonna lie.
I have
I'd
no
be a kept-
response to that.
I'd be a kept man.
The fact that he
Shit,
put
keep me
woman
all
in the
you
stuff.
want. Do I have to work? If I ain't got to
Anyway,
work, I'll be whatever
how
you want
would
me
you
to be.
feel about that, Kevin?
Shooting a shot at me?
Yeah, you feel confident?
Yeah.
It make you feel good. You like, yeah.
I still got
Dimples show up and shit. Like, you almost show the dimples. Like, what's up?
you. That's when your wife comes from third base and kick the fuck out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, oh, no, she just, she thought it was funny, babe. She thought it was
Who
funny.
the fuck is this?
When the Native American comes out, right?
As soon as,
slap a whole tribe.
as soon as the shot happened, he's like this. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Slap a whole tribe.
I just
Slap
look at
the
him and
shit
say,
out of
ma'am, I'm married. That's what I say.
No, I just order Amanda's favorite drink and then take it to her and let her buy it for her. Thanks for buying my wife a drink. I appreciate that.
All I know is that I know your wife bought that action. The way,
Yeah.
because when old boy grabbed her at the bar and she turned around and pushed the motherfucker like, hey, I said, let me back up. She got it.
Yeah.
I said she
She'll
don't need
be
no
at the
help.
next show, too.
I said she don't need no
Ladies, do not shoot your
September
shot.
30th. September 30th, the venue, Grand Terrace.
help.
I'm the only rapper, apparently.
What's
That's
your
all that
answer
matters.
to the question, McFly? How you feel when they shoot their shot? How do you feel?
Gotcha, bitch. What? Nothing.
you hit him with your Cash App?
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's it.
That's the way to go now.
You gotta pay for my attention. Cash App.
I also take
You
them
said
out.
it's a new day. It's a new day. At Stutter McFly.
He's gonna give it out.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, fuck it. Run it
What's
up.
funny is they're
I'm gonna
gonna
put
try it and it's gonna actually work. I'm like, gotcha, bitch. So I guess that's it. We're just what about you, Mo?
I feel great, but I tell him I'm married. And then my wife comes up and say, "Nigga, you ain't that funny," or she throws shade at me, you know.
And then he gonna roll with the Cash App.
And mine turns around and says, "Oh, you can have them. Take them."
She said they ain't gonna want
yeah,
your
I'll
ass
do
after
that.
the first date anyway. That's what she said.
Yes.
That's funny.
Hmm.
That's funny.
So I
That's
guess okay. Rolling into
Bed-Stuy.
the next topic from Kevin Wendell. It says, is it possible to be fearful and being great and or have a fear of success?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe as a layered question, I guess, because
How many layers?
I guess you could be fearful of letting your talent flow, doubting yourself, you know what I'm saying? I do that often. And fearful of the work that comes with being great. Because being great doesn't come from just talent. I think that's what
Oh,
is
definitely
forgotten
gotta work.
sometimes.
You definitely got to put work behind it.
So
A lot of work.
like I think that's a part of the fear of being great. And like I had that happen to me when I was in fucking college. Some dude told me, he was like, Kevin, I think you're just afraid of success. Because I was a super senior.
Fifth year
What does
senior.
that mean, Kevin?
Fifth year senior.
I was Van Wilder, the black Van Wilder,
Right
just
there.
living on campus.
How many years?
I should be a doctor, I guess.
Ah.
Shut up. Are you serious?
He said he was just there.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
call you
class.
Dr. Wendell just because you could have been there and you didn't do it.
He said, "You can go to class. I'm just
I'm
here."
surprised that didn't come up as a name yet. Dr. Ellis?
Maybe he didn't want to.
Yeah, that'll hurt my
Yeah, but
feelings.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people are fearful of success because
Yeah,
it's one thing to have the dream. It's another thing to live the dream. Because I think once you start living the dream, then you worry about your fear becomes fumbling the dream.
Right.
true.
You also because you got that failure that goes along with it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and we know we live in a society where people love to see you fall. So
Build you up to tear you
I
down.
think part of it with me too is like what comes along with the success. Like, say we
free drinks,
take
man.
this where I see it, like I
Free
see where
drinks.
this can go,
Free drinks.
and I don't like people that much.
I don't like people at all.
Oh,
It's
oh,
so
oh,
different
hey
hearing your
Kevin, what's up? Hey Kev, what's up, Kev?
it's so
I
different
don't
hearing your
know you.
thoughts so clearly and not trying to make out what the fuck you're saying.
Should I have turned
See?
it back down? Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making sense. I'm sitting here like I'm not trying to decipher it. I'm like, I get what he's saying, and now I can like, because sometimes I'll be faking it, nigga. If you saw some of the episodes back, I'll be like, I wonder if you can tell I don't understand what the fuck he just said. But
You did well.
what I will say is I agree with that statement. Like the thing that it wasn't necessarily fear of fumbling success. It was like my biggest fear with having success musically was like, what if I get this and I don't want it? Like you
Yeah,
put so much time into this just to get there and realize it just isn't what you thought it was going to be, and now you don't want it. You don't, and now you have to kind of live with the fact that you don't want it, like because you've put the time in, you've invested in it. Now you kind of can't back out now. So now
It's
you're
like,
just living with this shit, being miserable, thinking that what you thought it was going to be wasn't that at all.
yeah, man, that feels like parenthood.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's just
Like I was just
how do
I
you
was
say
just
that's
trying to
just
get some, and now here I'm a whole ass father. But I can't go back.
But I'm
like
saying when you're investing something like that, like a career wise, is what
Yeah.
I mean. Because
Yeah.
you could easily like get there and like you're there and you realize, nigga, it's still sleeping on couches and
Yeah.
Right.
It's not
and
what you
doing
it's not
this.
what you thought it would
Yeah,
be. It's not.
and you're
Yeah.
not thinking. And you're like, oh, they're telling you this money's coming in and that's not going to come in. And now everyone's looking at you from the outside like you're a success, but nigga, you're struggling. You're eating struggle meals, and everyone on the outside is going, hey, man, like. And I've heard people like recently that I know that are still doing things successful wise, that aren't uh living like how you think they would. And like when they talk about it, they're ready to give up and get a 9 to 5 tomorrow because it's one of the things where they're trying to hold it or stick it out because they're hoping that eventually they'll hit that corner of it all coming in and them fucking being able to live off of it. And then it's the constant thing of realizing that once you get it, now you got to maintain it. And there's no kind of like taking a break or letting off the gas. So even when you get it, you can't enjoy it like that. Fuck, like there's so much
but
that
I
goes
think
into that shit.
that's part of life and the things that we learn in life, you know. So and you got to also do it for the same reasons that you got to take care of the what ifs. Because if you don't do it, you're gonna always be like, what if I did do it? What if I did do it? Sometimes you got to pursue your dreams, and sometimes you just got to realize your dreams are gonna crash. But
But
you
you
just
must
got to
ride a
keep on
Janae
pushing
tonight.
forward.
I'm in her
You
DM.
just
So
got to keep on pushing forward because that's just the way life rolls. But at least you know you can't say what if. You
Yeah,
gave
but
it
then
your
there's
all. You
also
did what you did.
I get that.
then there's
I
also
get that.
that notion of just knowing when to walk away.
True.
yeah.
True.
That's what I was
It
gonna say. I
happens.
envy those people. I envy those people that hit a point where it's like, damn, they got all the way up there, and they're like, nah, and then they just fall back, and you're like, and that's the crazy part about the way the internet is, because you can see people and they're like, oh, he fell off, or this, that, and the third, and it's like he's actually living comfortable. He just hated
But
this shit.
I think that there's something to be said about being able to reach a goal, get to a certain level, and then be like, no, this ain't for me. Like
Right.
you get there, you realize it ain't what you thought it was, and then but you're
Yeah,
comfortable. And I think what it is then is that now it's like you're comfortable because you've had the success. I set out to do it, I fucking did it. I don't want to do it no more because I don't like it up here. So I'm gonna go
Right.
back to my normal life. Like I think that's admirable.
Right.
That's admirable.
And like in the most basic things, you can take like people who take the chance to become doctors and vets. You put so much into it, and then you get there and you're like, yeah, this ain't for me.
It's funny because
But
I saw not to cut you off. I was watching the video and they were interviewing Michael Keaton, the greatest Batman of all time, and they were asking him,
One of the
"Hey, when
greatest
you did,"
actors of all time.
they were asking him, they said, "Hey, when you did Batman, you're at the height of your career, and then you just kind of stopped doing movies." He said, "I made the active choice to turn down jobs because I wanted to be an active father." I said that was
And then
the
he was
most gangster
pregnant.
shit. He said if it didn't work with my schedule, I wouldn't do it. He said so after he did the whole Batman thing, he kind of like you don't really see Michael Keaton in a lot of stuff after Batman, and I really don't really see him in anything until he did the Spider-Man thing. But it's like
What?
you have to respect his decision. He said I'm going all in. He said because I realized that yeah I could work and give my children everything, but what children want, which we say oftentimes on this podcast, is they want the time. He says so I wanted my kids to say that my dad was there. Also, and
Uh,
he's Batman.
Have you ever watched The Founder?
No, I have not. Yeah, that's
Nigga,
the
that
McDonald movies.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that when he played, boy, he did so well in that movie. It made you hate him.
Michael Keaton.
That's why I said Michael Keaton's one of the best actors of all
I
time.
fucks
Because
with Michael Keaton.
like, when I
Best
watched
Batman
him in
ever.
that shit, I said, "Damn!" Like, and he did such a good job. I felt that I was like, "Damn, I would shoot this nigga." Like, anyway, Michael Keaton's
Yeah.
one of the best actors of all time. And the other guy, he stole the show on the other guy. But yeah, even to elaborate that further, I remember I was in a barber shop before I grew the hair out. And there was a guy there. There's a firefighter, and he was talking about how there's so many people that fucking like just flesh out of being firefighters because they've built their entire life on trying to be a firefighter. They finally get there and they realize can't do it.
You ain't
Like
fighting
I can't.
fires. You ain't fighting fires.
And they said they spend so much time and years invested in it just to realize one day that it just ain't for them and they got to start all over again in something else.
it,
And
it
I said,
sucks to start
that's a
over, but there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
but
You
it's just
know,
it sucks to know that you put that time in just to know this ain't for me. So it's like it's one of those kind of bittersweet things where it's like you realize it ain't for you, but then you just got to think about fuck, like I just
right?
put this
But
much
like I
time in.
said, you get back to that what if thing because 10 years
Yeah.
down the road, you go like, damn, I could have did this and been that, and then that
I feel
whole
like
what if, but you don't have that what if no more because you did it. You know what
I
it
seen
was,
that.
and you walked away.
I seen that in when I was joining the Navy. There was a cat who was 40 years old. Since they raised the age, he quit his job as a forensic scientist and joined the army. And I was like, "You wildin'? There's a war, and you had a comfortable job." But he's wanted to do that his whole life, so I hope he's alive.
Yeah.
Sucks to say that, but
I used to work
it
with
was
someone.
active when he joined.
I used to work with someone, and his whole goal was, I just gotta lose 60 pounds so I can join the Navy. He said, I took this job at UPS because I knew it's an active job and it would help me lose the weight, and that's what he
Damn,
did.
that's wild.
He lost the weight and joined the Navy. Now he only did the 4 years and got the fuck out because I guess
Yeah,
what he wanted
all
to
you need
do.
to do.
But
No one
he
can
did
tell you
he did
otherwise.
yeah he set out and did what he wanted to do. So salute.
But following your dreams or following your passion, there's a really big benefit that I don't think most really see is you learn a lot. That growth that you do trying to do that, you learn so much about life and who you are as a person. That when you decide to walk away from it, you are a better person as a whole, you know, because you've been through that struggle, you've been through all that, everything you had to do to get there,
Yeah. It's
you know?
the determination, self sacrifice, to be successful. You gotta be resilient.
Right. All of
You
it.
have to. You have to
You
be.
know?
Like
Persistent
There's nothing wrong.
yeah.
perseverance.
Yeah. And like I said, when you realize your dream is a failure, not like a failure like that, but you realize you can't do it no more, you have grown as a person so much in that time frame. If you look back to where you was before and look back where you are, you're probably not even the same person you can ever remember. And that just
I can
makes you
say
a
that.
better
Yeah.
person in this world.
I can
I
honestly say that
yeah.
shit.
Like I read something the other day and it said the hard everybody wants to change, but no one wants to put in the work to make the change. But you got to realize that nothing's going to change until you change.
Yeah.
So like
It is.
you can't get up day in, day out, do the same damn thing and think things gonna be different. It's gonna be the same shit, same program. So
So do
you're
you
gonna have
think
to
that would mean people are more scared of the work as
yeah.
opposed to the success?
Because you have to get out of to overcome fear. You got to get out.
Comfort zone.
You have to get out of your comfort zone. You got to be somewhere where you're not comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it's like fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? So the
Hmm.
flight is where you're comfortable. Let me just get away from it. When you fight through it, that's you overcoming the fear, and then you're setting a new normal for yourself.
That's one of
You
my
know,
favorites is get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
sometimes you
Mm.
got to just punch life in the jaw.
You see, and after
So,
you do it, sometimes you just got to run.
Especially if it's Mike Tyson you just hit.
No, I'm taking
so
that. Hell. He's still in that. No, hey, he's not even hit him first.
all right, I got one more topic for you guys. This is from me. This is kind of like a loaded question, I guess. But have we, or I wouldn't say have we, but how much have we lost touch with reality? And do you feel like it was more such a rapid progression towards that with dealing with the pandemic starting in 2020 and kind of like, do you feel like we've lost touch with like, and you know, obviously technology has a lot to do with that too, but like when we kind of like I noticed like when I go out now, people seem to lack kind of like the common sense to kind of enter or connect with people, like even like in a random market or a store. It's like since the pandemic, it seems like it's more elevated to where people just kind of they just kind of they don't pick up on social cues or other people's just kind of like I guess being civil or
Yeah, common
polite.
courtesy is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They lost
common
common
courtesy. Yeah,
courtesy.
like
I think we started on this path back when AIM was popping.
but like
The interpersonal
technology
relationship.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the technology thing because it's not you no longer have to actually go outside. Like Mac, like when we were kids, a little further back for Hunter.
Um,
Uh, you know, you know,
Don't bother me.
we were outside. Like
always.
it wasn't no hopping on Call of Duty with the boys. It wasn't
Speaking of
no
which,
I keep saying, it wasn't no 2K tournaments, no shit like that. Like, no, we were at the park, we were at somebody's house, like you're in the street we're doing like you were forced to be in social settings as a kid, and then our generation, by the time we hit middle school, high school, that's when the technologies gotten better and better, and in each year through social media, that's why social media is so funny because
yeah, I think it's more that.
it's not social through social media with the introduction of my Black Planet, MySpace, and Facebook and shit like that. Like we have less and less actual real life connection with people. Most people nowadays, a lot of people work from home. So and the other people, the only interaction you have is pretty much with family and the people you see in your office. And the couple friends you hold on to from high school and college. Like that's it. Like you're not really interacting with the world the way we were when we grew up. And I think that's when you look at your phone and people are, because a lot of people still don't understand that, hey, this is social media. They are manipulating these videos to think things are a certain way when it's not that way, and people are buying into these people's fake ass lives. That
Yeah.
the line between reality and fantasy gets crossed all the time.
you feel
Do
like
you
it's
think it's more the
accelerated?
connectivity?
Yeah, I
Because
feel like
back then we still played video games.
right. We're connect. Yeah, but we're right. It was player
We
two.
were in
You
the
had to be.
same room.
Yeah,
Like, you
you're
know
in the
what I mean?
same
The
room.
connectivity
Yeah,
is like,
yeah, right. So like back then it was player one, player two, and we were rotating. Like it was still you were still
yeah,
4 or 5 deep in a room,
21 skunk.
rotating. You know what I'm saying? And I feel
It's like
like
what
Hurdles in
it's like
time.
it's a different time, and it's like I think the fact that we can't be connected 24/7 through social media makes us less connected.
right. And
In a
like you said,
sense.
why do I have to talk to you in the checkout line when I got my phone?
Yeah.
In a sense. It's
I even, as I was saying, with the pandemic, did it accelerate it like to
No,
another level?
I just think it made it more upfront because now people were forced to communicate through devices because shit got shut down.
but you
and
had
they
that.
didn't
You lost
never
that.
adjust back.
Will
See,
we
I
ever get
didn't
it back?
notice that change.
Will we ever get
Like
it
we
back?
never, yeah, like we just kind of kept going and was like, fuck, like we're still there. Fuck, even though the pandemic's not.
I think there's a subset of people who still live without phones. Like that's why I think like certain things, like the whole idea of like you should eat as a family, and when you eat dinner with your family, there should be no phones. Like you still like we understand that technology can be a great benefit, but also it can also be a great detriment. Like for a fact, like now, like most people don't know how to get places because they just put everything in maps.
Yeah, they
I can
can't
tell
read
my
an actual map.
right. I can tell my wife how to get somewhere. I'm blowing fast. She's like, I'll just put it in GPS. So what are
Fuck
you gonna
that.
do when the
Remember a
towers go
phone
down?
number.
I know 3
Oh
phone
no, I'm going to
numbers.
jail. I'm going to jail if it's in the phone numbers. Straight to jail.
I know 3 phone numbers. I know mine, my wife's, and my brother's. That's it. If they don't answer, I guess I'm just sitting here.
I'm in jail. That's how I am. I'm there.
I mean,
Do you
like
know
you
your
said,
own number?
technology has made us
Yeah.
antisocial.
My number
There
ain't
was a
changed
while I
since I
didn't know
was
my own
goddamn
number.
16.
I don't think
I switch mine every 2
I
years.
think technology has made it easier to be antisocial because we've always had a large portion of the population that's been introverted. It just makes it easier for you. Think about it. You can sit at home nowadays and do everything. You can work. You can order your groceries. You can order your food. Shit, you can order you some pussy. You can do everything on your phone and not have to.
That's illegal in California. Don't do that.
uh, no, but I'm saying you can sit in a room and live your life and never leave and make money, spend it all without leaving the comfort of 4 walls.
I was going to
And
say
then
Backpage is still around.
I actually have made like some good connections with people through the internet. I guess it depends on how you
yeah,
use it because you have to adjust your algorithm every once in a while. Most people don't. They just leave it as is,
oh,
and a lot of the
I
times they go into the negative zone and
I
stay in that.
I tweak my other by every 6 to 8 months. But I will say this: I have a maybe 6 or 7 friends from video games that I talk to weekly, and some of these people I've never seen, but it feels like we're related because we spent that much time together online. Now, granted, I don't game like I used to because now we all, back then we were all in our 20s, and now we all got families and shit, so ain't nobody really gaming like that no more. But it's like I've seen them. We've all gone through the same process of, hey, we're married, hey, we got kids now, and it's like, hey, when we do things, we do it, but we still have that, I guess,
Yeah,
nostalgia thing there. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible to make social connections. I just don't think a lot of people don't because I think a lot of things nowadays are just fake.
sure.
Being that I've been antisocial and I've been an introvert, I feel like shit's jumped over me. Like I remember being the awkward guy who couldn't really pick up on certain things coming up, and now I feel like they jumped over my head, and now they're worse than I am at shit and interacting and being not being able to pick up on social cues when I'm out and about. And I'm like, fuck, I thought that was, I thought I was bad. Now it's gotten worse to where people around me can't even pick up on this shit
Yeah,
when I'm out in public. Like, and it's like, fuck. So it just jumped over me. It went from I was the awkward one to now I'm the awkward one for recognizing they're awkward. Like, I don't know. But
I
yeah.
think we're all a
yeah.
little awkward.
I had to force my daughter to go in the Walgreens by herself. She's like, "Oh, I gotta go buy that." I'm like, "Well, you want it? I'm not going. I'm gonna sit in the car." Like, there's people in there. I had
How
to
old?
go in because she tried to buy the most expensive shit in there. I was like, "They have a $5 one. We're not
How
doing
old?
this."
How
She's
old?
13,
14.
13, 14.
She'll be
You know my
14.
you know
Yeah,
my
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
14.
Was
yeah.
that was her first time going into the store by
She was like,
herself?
"So you're not coming with me?" I'm like, "No. Why? I need
See,
a charger. I need an
that's
iPhone."
that's why I always say like I think that well I've said many times before like I'm social because of my wife because she's the social butterfly, and I recognize now that my daughter picking up those character traits from my wife is going to benefit her in the long run. The fact that she can meet people and make a somewhat of an instant connection, and she's just a people person does help. It does help because part of success is part of who you know and who you connect with. And so you do need some level of adequate social skills to make shit like that happen. because it's not always going to be vibe. It's not always going to be vibe and intention. Sometimes you gotta be able to weed people out and make a connection, without a foundation there. And I see that in
That's
her
probably.
already that she has that skill set.
It might be hard to tell with me because I like force myself to be outgoing. Like, there's been plenty of times where I'm gonna just chill in the corner. I don't want to talk. No, I used to go to parties and I'm gonna go by this tree and I'm gonna get my beer and I'm gonna stand here. And like the only reason I think it worked for me in a sense is because I still kind of had the social skills to talk to people, but I wasn't going out trying to find people. They would come over and then just start talking like, "Hey, this guy's kind of cool." Like, I'm not leaving this spot. So if you want to hang out with me, you have to come over here.
Yeah.
But I think doing
You
those
just sparked a
things have
memory.
made me was I standing in the corner somewhere?
Yeah, or being at Buck's parties. And the only reason why I would be there is to rap. But I remember I would force you and Buck to rap, but you guys used to always say the same thing. Let me get a little beer. Let me get a beer, a couple of beers, and then I'll be ready. I'll be ready to go.
Bugs,
And I'd be
little
like, fuck.
bugs.
But like I remember that was your guys' it's like let me get a little buzz going, then I'll be good to freestyle. And I'll be like, fuck, all right. But that was my way of is interacting was rapping. And Tajora forced me to be that way. But yeah, it's man.
And me, I've been a social butterfly my whole life until maybe the last few years, and I've kind of just started shutting down. I just don't want to deal with a lot of people now.
Why is that?
You
No,
deal with us.
Why is that?
I have tolerance for so much. Whereas before I would have been like, cool, talking. Now I'm just kind of like, f you, you know. But if you get me in around a certain situations, you will see I will get very social, like
I've
Maurice is
seen
able to
that.
get together, you know. I get very social, but for the
I
most
was
part, my
very
own
drunk.
life, I'm kind of just telling everybody just f off. I just don't want to deal with what comes out of people's mouths anymore.
I don't
You
think it's
know,
that.
I can say that, Hunter. I've seen you do that, or I've seen you be very like it'd be some random person, you'll start chopping it up, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know he does that. And you just start talking to them like that, like they've known each other for years. You be like, what the
right?
fuck? Like I've
I
seen it.
think I
I
think
can
it's
co-sign
like
it.
because I go through moods where I feel like I'm more social than others sometimes. Like I get a little bit more social
That's true.
if I'm feel up to it. If I don't want
Seen
and
you
then I
be.
go
Yeah,
I
through
I
can
my
gotta
mood.
co-sign
feel
that
that
too.
shit.
I've
Then
seen all three of you in
I've been in moods,
instances where
yeah.
I've seen you be social butterflies.
And then I've
Oh
also
no,
been
I've
the person that
definitely
says
done
leave
that.
me the
Yeah.
fuck alone all over my face and don't say shit to me. I go back and forth. Put on the vibe.
Like I said, I just noticed it because lately I've been kind of just shutting down. I don't know where it's stemming from either though. But I've noticed that I've kind of gotten a really just fu attitude on me, because a lot of things I just don't want to hear a lot of people's mouths on shit.
That's the thing. I think what I've learned is you have to filter who you deal with.
There it is. Right?
Like you said, Kevin, about the algorithm. You need to filter who's in your circle. That's why I feel like my circle is constantly changing. I will cut a nigga off so quick. I don't like the vibe. I'll see you next time around, pimp. My next circle around the sun. Like I can't do it. Like we had someone admit today, Stutter. I told him. I said I knew you've been lying for the last year. I just let you live in your lie.
His wife.
Yes. I said,
Yeah, that should be off. That should be off mic.
I said, I just let you live in your lie.
Too
It ain't
late.
my business to tell. I know you've been lying.
I knew exactly what pinpoint thing because we discussed that off and
Right.
on for a while.
And I said, I knew you was lying. I said, I'm gonna let you live in because hey, if that's what you want, if that's what you want to tell, but I always, like I said, I always look, I don't trust what you say for face value if you just volunteer lies all the time. And I know a couple of people who always volunteering lies, and I'd be like, "Oh, word, that's crazy." And in my back of my mind, I'd be like, "I don't believe shit you saying, nigga. I just want you to shut up."
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
Hey, I just say this, man. There were inconsistencies. If you're listening, and I just never. It was
that's your
brought
life.
to my
And they got you doing
attention,
it.
but that's your life. Yeah, yeah,
Bon
brother.
Jovi.
Yeah.
It's my life and it now. Sorry.
So Before we sign off,
What's
I just
that?
want to say,
That was Bon Jovi. The
Wait,
Kevin's
before
version.
we go there, I want to say somebody hit me up on one of our topics about men being more submissive. This was a man, and he said, "No, the fuck we're not. We just go to the store and do the shit with them because we know what the fuck's coming later if we don't."
But that's a form of submitting. That's a
yeah,
form of
that is
submitting.
a form of that is a
Because
form
I
of
do that shit
submitting.
all the.
I
I do
don't
shit with my wife
I
all
don't
the
want to hear
time.
this
I have
shit if I
no
don't go.
interest in doing. I do it all the time. Sometimes you don't want to put
But
the fight up. You're like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll go. Like
Yeah.
it's being submissive.
but with that being said, before we sign off, I just want to say, rest in peace to
Rest in peace.
Michael Sue. I Yeah, Kevin hit me up about it, and then I had talked to his niece about it. But Mike, like for me and Kevin, I could say, for myself, he's a brother of mine. We had a lot of stories, a lot of war stories, a lot of looking out for each other, and like I just know he wasn't the same after his mom passed, and I feel like I failed him, but I just want to say rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Okay.
Had a beautiful fucking smile. Like that motherfucking
Yeah,
smile
light
lit
up
up
a
a room.
room. I used to always call him AC Slater because the nigga looked like AC Slater to me.
That's
He used to pull bitches.
didn't age. This
Didn't
motherfucking age.
age.
You still
Females used to be go ape shit about me. Where's Mike? I was like, that AC Slater charm.
rest in peace. Hope this man is at peace. I know he's at peace.
Yeah. But with that being said, this has been episode 62 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys.
Mr. New Mike. Wendell.
That's what's up. It's your boy Mo Lethal the Grouch. The Eagles taking the East.
They call me Hunter.
And
All right.
we're on iHeart, Apple Podcasts,
YouTube.
Amazon, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, the whole 9 yards, whatever.
The moon.
But we
Wherever the
appreciate
fuck you
you.
want to
Like,
find us,
share,
that's where we at.
subscribe. Till next
All that
time, we
shit.
love y'all. Peace.
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 If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.